Hi, we're back again. This will be a little bit of a quicker review on the book Lemonade War. This is by Jacquline Davies. This was really cute. It really was. A few things about the book. So essentially the setup is that this boy finds out that his little sister, who's only I think a year or two younger than him, is skipping a grade. And so they will now be in the same grade. And then on top of that, they wind up in the same class. And he is reeling over it. And he takes it out on her, essentially. And so I will say in this book, you do get a lot of sibling rivalry. And it can get kind of mean. At one point in there, they say that they hate each other, and it gets a little much, I guess. But it is, it seems like something that's over dramatized for entertainment purposes. So up to you on that. If your kid is struggling with sibling rivalry, I think one of the cool things about this book is that at the end, you kind of get this reconciliation that tells you that he took stuff out on his sister because he's insecure. And so I do think it can produce some great self-reflection in that way, that sometimes a lot of our mistreatment of our siblings kind of comes from either our own stuff that we have going on, or our own stresses at school, or even just our own insecurities when it comes to comparing yourself to your siblings. She is very, very smart. But one of the cool things I think that the book does is that it shows how much value he has in her life, because she is very book smart, and she likes numbers, and she likes things to make sense. And so he helps her more understand the social side of the world. And many times throughout the book, she misses his presence in her life because she misses the fact that he helps her navigate friends and just social cues and things like that she generally misses because she's more focused on numbers and things like that. I will say it does present her as slightly autistic, it seems like, but without outright saying it. So that might be an interesting thing if you have that kind of dynamic in your family. She would be high functioning autism, but to me, some of the way that she's written definitely does lend toward that. And I haven't done enough research to know if that was intentional from the author. But I think in some ways it can be very helpful. All of that to say, I thought it was very, very cute. There were no real big red flags other than the way that they treat each other. It does even talk about their dad walking out on them and how they try to protect their mom. A lot of it is we made a pact not to argue in front of mom, to protect her, and that kind of thing. So I don't know how parents would feel about that. It was very sweet in the fact that they were very conscientious of their mom and what she goes through and how hard she works. I thought it was a little much at times with the things that they withheld from her or didn't tell her or wouldn't bring them into what was going on. And she kind of gave them the freedom to decide how much voice she had in their lives, which I don't know that I loved. But yeah, overall, very, very cute book. The reason it's called Lemonade War is because she wants to play with him kind of at the beginning of the book, and they were supposed to make a lemonade stand. And he gets mad that after he finds out that she's going to be in his class, and gets annoyed and starts his own lemonade stand. And then they make a bet of winner takes all to see kind of who's the smartest and all of that, or who can do the most. And so really at the end of the day, he lets her know that he was I know that you're smarter than me. He was but now everyone's going to know that you're smarter than me. And so it's, And it was very sweet. He was also like, I also feel like you're going to find out that I'm not very smart. And she kind of his little sister consoles him in that and is like, I'm always going to think that you're very smart, because again, he helps her navigate the things she doesn't understand about the world. So very cute read, very easy read. And so yeah, I would say if you have a kid who's not so easily influenced by what they read, and they have siblings and can read this, great. Like, that's awesome. If they're having sibling issues right now, this might not be the best book for them. But I will say, I guess I would give this like a 3rd to 5th grade reading level. It's pretty easy. I think there were like a couple words in there that were a little bigger that someone would struggle with. And yeah, they're mostly respectful to their parents. I would say a lot of the disrespect comes from kind of what you see happening between them. They do lie. I will say that. They both kind of lie to their friends. They both kind of lie to their mom. I mean, that one's like more of a fib, but so yeah, they do. But they caveat it with knowing that it's wrong. I will say at one point at the end, someone steals their money and he never gets like punished for that. And that kind of bothered me. I don't know if that's like resolved in later books because it is a part of a series, but yeah, it kind of annoyed me that he had no consequences for stealing like $200. So take that whatever way you want. But overall, very, very cute read. They do kind of come together at the end and end up winning a project that she was supposed to be partaking in that she had kind of put off. So it does end up being a very sweet story. Again, I don't love that they seem to lie. And then I don't love that boy never actually got anything happening. Not my favorite. They also never really let the mom in on what happened. And so that was a little weird to me. But overall, really cute, really easy, short. It is a part of a series, so if you have a younger reader, I know we did Among the Hidden. That was also a series that's probably for middle schoolers. I would call this a series for like elementary school. So if you're looking to get your kid into reading with some cute banter, great. That book would probably be best for someone who's an only child, because then they don't have anyone to banter with. No, I'm kidding. It is really cute, and you should definitely give it a try. I think if your child is mature enough, they'll handle it well. Thanks.